Waking up at 5 a.m.
Bring up 2 or 3 common problems that you've seen across all the clients you've trained. What would you say are those issues?
All these crazy lifts and all the stuff to get views, but then you don't see what they actually do to work hard to be able to do that stuff.
When someone comes to you and they say, Peter, I wanna do this, I wanna achieve this goal, what's your step-by-step process of planning something for them? How did you get into personal training? What made you want to go there?
So I feel like during school, I never clicked in school. So I was never like greatest academically. I always struggled in class. Like I couldn't stop moving. And I was like, after year 11, I went to college and I was like, you know what? Let's do a course where I'm moving, doing something where I'm always active, basically. Did 2 years course, personal training, and then went straight into the business.
Oh, okay. So your college, what you did in college was directly preparing you for
exactly. It was a level 2 gym instructor and level 3 personal training course.
Oh, and it was free as well.
Yeah, free of charge because
Damn.
I was only 16 at the time, so straight into it.
Oh wow, that's really smart. Because when I was contemplating being a PT like 1 or 2 years before, I looked at different courses, and you know, Pure Gym, they have their PT course.
Yeah, they do.
But it's like £2,000.
It's very expensive, yeah.
So I was like, nah, but I didn't know you could do it for free.
Yeah, I took the smart option. I feel like because I've had loads of people in the gym come up to me. They're like, "Oh, I want to become a personal trainer." And I'm like, I can't really suggest options for them now because they're already they're probably 20 something.
Yeah.
But if they was 16 and they already knew they wanted to be a personal trainer, definitely take a college course because they're so good, and it's 2 years, so it's all spread out, 4 days a week, super nice, chill, go in for your class, teach what you learn, come out, get your qualification.
Okay. So I'm guessing, like you said, it's like a classroom format thing where you learn from so
lessons. You would do all sorts of all the different body systems, all of that sort of stuff in the classroom. And then we would do gym plans, gym sessions in the gym, and all sorts of stuff like that.
Okay. And what is there an exam? What's the exam? How do you pass?
There's no exam, it's all coursework based. Mine was full coursework based, so I got it all done with a month to spare.
Oh wow.
So I get to leave college early as well.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's good. So you said you've been doing judo your whole life, basically, which something I learned from the podcast with Luke as well. Basically, everyone in your family does or has done judo at some point.
Yeah, everyone.
Which is actually mad. So I'm assuming you've always been into fitness. You've always been exercising,
definitely.
And things.
Definitely a lot more in the last 4 or 5 years than when I was a kid. But even when I was a kid, still did 7 sports when I was growing up.
7?
Yeah, 7. So I did, football, tennis, swimming, gymnastics, judo, cricket, and horse riding.
Wow.
Did all of those growing up.
Was it all at the same time or at different stages?
No, they were usually all at the same time.
Okay.
It would be once or twice a week judo, once a week for the rest.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. Did you was there any of those sports that you liked more than the other?
I would say tennis. I was pretty good at tennis.
Okay.
Swimming, I feel like that's just a basic life skill that everyone should have.
Yeah.
And then cricket, that's just fun. Horse riding, I did not like horse riding.
Why not?
Because the horses hated me, always hated me.
Oh yeah.
I used to get booted by the horses. That's why I quit.
You actually got
So one time I was riding on the horse, and they there's different stages of how fast you go.
Yeah.
And I rode off the side of the horse, and I was hanging on the side, and I fell off, and the horse kicked my nose, and I broke my nose.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and that's when I quit.
Dang, that's actually serious.
Yeah.
Was it a fully grown horse?
Yeah, fully grown.
Damn.
This is a big horse.
That is insane.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. Ruined my favourite hoodie that day.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. But so going back to the point of you, obviously you've done all these sports, 7 sports you've been doing. in your childhood, and you've obviously been already familiar with exercise and fitness.
Yeah.
What changed for you before getting your PT qualification and after? Like how do you look at fitness now? What's changed?
I look at it as like, it's like a life essential. Like
Okay.
you gotta be fit, or like you gotta be strong in some sort of way. Like you have to find a way to improve your body, because your body is your tool for life. That's what I feel like. Like you have to use everything you get and just make it better from that.
Yeah.
So when I started getting really more into fitness when I was like 15, 16, it was like, so in judo I was becoming more of like an athlete instead of just doing it for fun. I was doing it more seriously, going to more serious competitions.
Yeah.
So when I was 15, I went to Zagreb and I went to Paris. No, not Paris, I went to France. And I was just there competing, but I wasn't where I wanted to be in the level. So I had to improve on my body and physical to get there where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And realize that the body is a tool to access more.
Yeah. That's powerful. Cause I'm thinking, like from my viewpoint, with the relationship I have with fitness now, I feel like obviously I don't know it all, but I feel like I know enough when it comes to fitness that getting a qualification would just be like a formality. Did you ever feel like that?
It just says that you know
Yeah.
the stuff you actually know.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's putting a label on it, really. But if you know the stuff
Yeah.
and you can use it for yourself and you can use it for others, as long as it's in the environment which allows you to, if you get what I'm saying. So the qualification just allows you to go more places.
Oh yeah.
Just by saying, I have this piece of paper saying that I'm smart,
Yeah,
it
basically.
allows you to go to other places.
Yeah, basically. And I think what you said is so true of like, you know, you gotta prioritize your body and look after your body because that's what you have for life.
Exactly.
Like there's this powerful I forgot who said it. A quote that's like, you know, if you don't prioritize your health, if you don't schedule your health now, then you schedule your illness later.
Yeah,
which is so
definitely.
true. And I guess I want to talk, this whole podcast like we were talking about before is gonna be focused on mainly what people can do, and it's gonna be very like realistic because I feel like a lot of content with fitness is just very general. Just
That's what I was thinking. It's very generic these days. It's
yeah.
like, there's like videos of just people having fun in the gym instead of doing what they're actually behind the scenes. So you see like fitness influencers, they're doing all these crazy lifts and all the stuff to get views, but then you don't see what they actually do to work hard to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah, that is so true. Because I think that's like what sells on social media. Like people want to see, like, you know, there's people who like run on a treadmill with two barbells and
Coach Blue.
yeah,
that guy.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like he's obviously you can't deny that he's strong.
He's a machine. That guy is insane.
Yeah, but like someone who's watching, like an ordinary person watching, will be like, oh, that's what I have to do. I have to go get a dumbbell or barbell and run on a treadmill.
That's probably at least 10 years of dedication right there.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, definitely. Because he's so advanced, and we are gonna talk a bit about that, the influencer lifestyle, and like with different trends, like this funny trend, the Ashton Hall. You know,
everyone's waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was literally talking about that guy yesterday.
Yeah, it's funny.
He is funny.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of those different things as well. I guess like I was saying, the main component of this podcast is giving people, like ordinary people with ordinary jobs, you know, in different situations of their lives, tools that they can use every day to still be healthy and don't feel like fitness is this massive obstruction, this massive thing that they can't accomplish in life. And obviously, what better person to have to talk about that than an actual PT as well. So, you know, I want to start by introducing I want you to introduce a bit about what's your approach to when someone comes to you and they say, Peter, I wanna do this, I wanna achieve this goal. What's your step-by-step process of planning something for them?
So usually, if someone comes up to me, or if I go up to someone, ask them, "Oh, do you want personal training?" Or they are like, "Oh, I want personal training."
Yeah.
The first step is usually making a good first impression. Always having to be like a friendly face, even if you don't end up being their client or their personal trainer.
Yeah.
Even if there's no relationship there,
Yeah.
always have to be a friendly face in the gym, because it still takes the courage for someone to bring themselves and ask you for help, because it's always, that's the first step, always asking for help.
Yeah.
But then once they do that, they come in, we have a little chat for about maybe 10-15 minutes. We'll have a consultation. We'll be like, "Oh, what's your goals from this? How long do you want to be with me? What's like the overall outcome you want from this?"
Yeah.
So I had this guy come up to me. He was like, "Oh, I want personal training. I just want to get stronger, lose a couple kilos." Simple, easy plan. So I set him on 3 days a week. He was with me 1 day a week, and then he would do 2 other days by himself.
Okay.
And then at the end of the month, we would review his progress,
Yeah.
see how well he's done,
Yeah.
and then we would slightly alter the plan, go back to it, and we'll get back on the plan.
Okay. Nice. Do you have any inspirations on how you program your sessions, or is it just inspired by obviously what you've learned on your PT qualification?
So I use a lot of my own knowledge for my own training sessions. So they'll always be a little bit different depending on the person I'm training.
Yeah.
So not everyone's session will be exactly the same.
Yeah.
There won't be like a set template for each of my clients. They're all different. So we've got to treat them all differently as well.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't necessarily. I don't want you to talk exactly about your clients, but if you had to bring up 2 or 3 common problems that you've seen across all the clients you've trained, what would you say are those issues?
The most common problem is weight. Most common is weight. Everyone wants to lose weight or gain weight in a certain way.
Okay.
And it is lose and gain. It's not just lose. Everyone thinks, "Oh, I'm too heavy, I want to lose weight." But I feel like the rarer option is like people want to gain weight.
Yeah.
So I have this guy, he's lost a lot of weight recently,
Yeah.
and now he's coming on with me. So now he wants to build up and put on some size,
Okay.
which is, I feel like it's the harder challenge.
Oh, okay. So do you think losing weight is easier than gaining weight?
See, I think it is, but that's probably from a biased point of view, where I done judo, so I lose weight quite frequently as well.
Yeah.
I'll lose silly amounts of weight quite quickly, which I think is like easier than putting on weight.
Okay. I see.
So it takes me, so I sit at like 78 kilos,
Yeah.
77, and I fight at 73. So every time I fight, I have to lose 4 kilos, 5 kilos.
Oh. Okay.
And that takes me about 2 weeks.
Okay.
But then last year, I fought under 66 kilograms in April. And then only into like the start of maybe like December, I was hitting 73 after that. So it took me a while to build that muscle up to move up to the next weight group.
Yeah.
So I was only sitting at like 73 in like November, October. So I was still quite small for the category.
Yeah.
But it took me so much more time to build that muscle instead of to lose it. That's why it's biased from me.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what are some of the things that you do? I'm guessing maybe you drink a lot of water. Like, what are some tactics you do to lose
definitely.
weight?
So I always try and stay as hydrated as possible. That's even just in general life as well. In normal day, I try to drink at least 2 liters a day. At least.
Okay.
That's like a good healthy limit. Helps the nutrients get around the body. Good liquidates, like makes everything nice.
Yeah.
People who like sit at desk jobs, I feel like they struggle with not getting their hydration in.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is very silly, because you're sitting at a desk all day. You should have a drink with you or something to like switch your mind off to, instead of just being focused on the work for 8-hour days and then not being able to eat, sleep properly, drink. So yeah, I would use, on a weight cut, I would probably double that.
Okay.
And have 4 liters a day.
Wow.
And then towards the end of the weight cut, I would reduce it to basically nothing.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, the weight cuts change a lot.
Yeah. 4 liters a day. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever had 4 liters a day, but again, I haven't.
So that's about 8 of these bottles.
In one day, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't been in a stage of life where I've been like wanting to lose weight. I think I've been out of shape, but not like overweight, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 4 liters is crazy. So you mentioned weight is the most common issue you get.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any other thing? I'm assuming the weight would be tied to like low self-esteem or
Yeah, definitely. So people will want to lose weight to make themselves look better, just aesthetically, really.
Okay.
And they'll just be like, oh, it's a struggle to live with this weight. It's like, it drags me down and then my mood goes down with it as well. Weight is not just a physical thing, it's also a mental thing.
Yeah.
It takes a toll.
Yeah. So would you say those people are more worried about the physical appearance over like what the scale says?
Most people are both. I feel like they want the scale to reflect what their body is saying as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes if they see the number on the scales and they look in the mirror and it's not what they want in the mirror, but it is what they want on the scales, they'll be like, oh, let's lose a bit more.
Yeah.
And then it will just get unhealthy. You don't want to be like cause any disorders or anything. So you should always just be happy with your body as long as it's a healthy body.
I want to introduce this topic. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but I recently came across it, and it's this idea of the minimum effective dose. So you've heard of that before?
I haven't heard of that phrase, but I know what it means.
Okay, do you want to briefly maybe explain to the people what you think about?
Yeah, so getting in your minimum exercise every day, or like not even every day, every week or every month to hit a target that you want, or just to stay healthy.
Yeah.
So I feel like every 1 or 2 days is a good time to exercise. So I try to exercise twice every day. But that's a crazy amount. That's like for athletes. I don't suggest that for people unless they want to do something serious.
Yeah.
I suggest people maybe once, twice, maybe once a day, or maybe like 3-4 times a week.
Okay.
That's a good amount to exercise, and for at least 20 minutes.
Okay.
20 minutes is like the improvement scale. So depending on what you're doing. So if you're doing like cardio, so more like lungs based, respiratory system based, it'll be 20 minutes plus in a session. So if you go for a run or a walk or a Stairmaster, I feel like it has to be 20 minutes at least. Otherwise, it doesn't get the full effect that you need it to be.
Yeah.
I know people say, oh, doing some is better than doing none. But I feel like hitting that dose is the minimum of 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think that's so true. Like I was speaking to, I forgot his name, but I was speaking to someone, and we came to a realization where we realized going on a walk and going on a short jog are basically the same thing. Like you won't lose that many calories for jogging for like 15 minutes. It's either you jog for more than 20 minutes or you sprint.
Exactly. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I feel like most people would. So there's this trendy thing on social media called the 3-12-30 or 3-12-20, where you go at 3 miles per hour on a treadmill at 12% incline for 30 minutes or something, or 20 minutes or something. And trends like that, they sound good on the surface. It's like, 3-12-20, but like
it's catchy, but it's not actually effective.
Yeah, it's not actually effective. That's what I'm talking about. Have you heard of any trends, like similar trends, where it haven't been effective?
So maybe not like trends, but I've seen, and I know a lot of people in their programs. They just have treadmill, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, at an incline, and they just walk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that realistically gonna do for you? You're better off going outside for a walk, first of all, because the treadmill is very robotic, static.
Yeah.
You're better off going for a walk in a park or in a street somewhere.
Yeah.
That's way better for your physical and mental health as well. You get in the fresh air, more oxygenated air. Whereas on the treadmill, you're sort of like stuck and you don't feel like you're making any progress. That's what I feel like, because you're just in one place.
Yeah, that is true. Like the mental benefits of walking outdoors as well is so big.
Exactly.
And it just feels different, you know.
If I'm going on a run, it would always be outdoors. Never be on a treadmill. I'll get bored. I'll get like fidgety.
Yeah.
Like I'll have to have like something in the background on a treadmill. Whereas if I'm going outside, there's the terrain, the feet where I'm going. Every step is different. Whereas on the treadmill, every step is the same.
Yeah. You've explained that so well. And so this minimum effective dose concept. So like I got like some notes and things. So obviously, like you mentioned, is the minimum dose you need to get that desired effect.
Yeah.
It was like a medicinal term they used in medicine to describe the smallest amount of a drug that's needed to produce a desired effect. And it is basically about finding the sweet spot where you get stronger and healthier without wasting time doing too much or without burning out. Have you ever witnessed maybe where people go to the gym for insanely long amount of time, but like you realize that they're not actually doing anything? It's like they're at the gym for 3 hours, but they're not getting progress. Have you encountered that?
Yeah, definitely. So you see that's with a lot of like school kids. That's like the 16, 17-year-olds who just want to go to the gym for fun. They want to see the progress, but they don't want to work for it. They like, oh, let's hit the bench press. Let's do that. Let's just go over and over again. Same thing. They'll do the same exercise for 2-3 months. Just go in, do the same exercise, hang around each other, 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And they won't make any progress because they're burning out that one muscle, first of all. They're not letting it rest. They're trying to show off when they're not actually trying to make progress. And like there's no progression at all.
Yeah, that's true. And related to that as well, I think in the Western world, there's different types of people. There's the students also, but there's also, you know, the people who are older, the adults with jobs and things, who like struggle to find the hours to spend in the gym. And I think this concept of the minimum effective dose is something that can like break that mold where people don't feel like they have to spend extreme amount of time in the gym to improve. Like you could probably spend a few minutes on some strength training or something, and still get a lot of progress. What's the shortest amount of time for a workout that you would recommend? Like someone, they basically have no time at all, and they're like, you know, they come to you like, Peter, what's like a 5 minute, 7 minute, 10-minute workout I can do? What would you program for?
See, that's like my bread and butter. See, I would do quick workouts when I have time in the gym, when I'm working. So I'll do like 10-minute abs or 10-minute arms.
Okay.
That's all about like the hypertrophy of the muscles. So that's sending blood to the muscles super quickly, get them to grow, get stronger.
Yeah.
So I would do a lot of like supersetting in a 10-minute workout.
Okay.
I would superset a lot of contrasting muscles or like really like out of nowhere.
Okay.
Which is like super nice. So for example, if I was doing arms or something like that, I would superset like a preacher curl with like a tricep push down. Or I would superset press ups with like, what else can I do? Cable curls. I would superset those, get like 2 sets in, move on to the next. 10-minute workout, bang, bang, bang. Yeah. As long as your intensity is high during the time you have, you'll improve.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, the less time you have, it's better to have higher intensity.
You have to have high intensity. You have to push yourself in the time you have. If you have 1 hour, 2 hours, you can relax. You can do your workout, get the timings you want, get the as specific as you want.
Yeah.
But if you have 10 minutes, you have to keep that intensity high to grow.
Yeah.
You have to keep everything to the max. 10 minutes, okay. Drop everything, put the phone down, get the music on, that's it, go.
Yeah.
Do your 10-minute workout, then go. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. And can you do that workout let's say for someone who's going to work in the morning, can they do it first thing in the morning? No breakfast, just wake up?
So yeah, so there's this thing where it's called like fasted workouts.
Okay.
So you wake up in the morning, you won't have breakfast or anything before, you have like a glass of water or like something
Yeah.
to get your sugars going,
Okay.
and you'll go for a run, or you'll do your workout at home.
Okay.
So I will do that a lot. I usually, if I go for a run in the morning, it'll be fasted. I don't usually eat, because fasted runs, they burn a lot more fat, I feel like.
Okay.
Because if you eat something before, let's say you have like eggs on toast,
Yeah.
that fat that carbs and that fat in the toast,
Yeah.
in the butter, let's say,
Yeah.
that will be what was being burned. Whereas if you sleep, wake up, go for your run straight away, you'll be burning excess fat that you've already had over the last night or the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You'll be burning that fat off, and then you'll feel better as well after the run. So you'll be like, oh, let's eat some protein instead of let's eat some fats to energize the run.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So talking about 10-minute workout, I actually got workout equipment. It's nothing too crazy, because I wanted to make it very representative to what people are going through. And I wanted to have an equipment that's like portable, it's quite minimalistic. So I didn't want it to be a dumbbell, because dumbbells can be heavy, you can't carry it around. So we're looking here.
What we got?
I got these little resistance equipment thingy.
Nice.
Obviously you can have different variations. You can have just a regular resistance band, but I was wondering if I came to you, someone came to you, super hectic, busy lifestyle, and they wanted you to help program them a 5-10 minute workout using just resistance bands. What kind of things would you do? And you can walk me through it as well, and like coach me on my form and things. So I come to you and I'm like, Peter, can you coach me on a quick 5-10 minute workout? What kind of exercises would you give me?
Alright, well, with this variation, definitely you can do a bicep curl in there.
Okay.
So put your hands on the side, head up, look at the wall, drag it up to your chest straight away. There we go, perfect.
Okay.
And if you want intensity higher, add obviously the cables more.
Yeah. And
definitely.
How many reps and sets would you program?
So it depends what you want. If this is like a home workout one, you'll probably only do like not a lot of like strength training, because it's not a lot of weight, so you can't really progressive overload this.
Okay.
So you would do maybe 10 reps, 12 reps, depending on how many you can get. I would do 2 or 3 sets of that.
Okay.
And then I would do 1 set to failure, just to see how far I can get.
Yeah.
And then see what I need to improve on, or maybe like get a new one, see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. So bicep curl.
Definitely.
Okay. And then what would we go on to next?
So you could probably do, if you wanted to change it up, you could maybe do, what are we thinking? You could probably do like leg extensions if you wanted to do a switch up of the upper and lower body.
Oh, okay.
You could probably lie down somewhere.
Okay.
And then push it out.
Oh,
in front of you.
Okay, I get what you mean. Okay. I guess that would be harder with this variation, but I get what you mean. Like you would hold it to your body or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you would like push off.
Bring it in and bring it out again.
Oh, okay. Something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, and like I'm guessing like 2-3 sets for that.
Yeah, 2-3 sets.
Well. Yeah, okay. And then what sort of tips should people be looking for when they're doing the leg extensions?
So make sure you get a full range of motion, but don't lock your legs out at the end. That's
Okay.
So come in here, make sure your knees are still bent at the end.
Okay.
Coming in and then coming out to just that, like there's a biting point almost.
Okay.
Where you don't want to go past, because then you're minimizing the gains as well, and you're also locking your legs out, so it's a bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
You might feel a bit safer here, but if you're on an actual like leg press, that would probably be a lot more dangerous.
Like injury and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's 2 exercises. Two good exercises so far. And then for the next one, what are we saying?
Probably do like a shoulder press maybe. See if it comes up to your arms.
Ooh, like overhead.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe if that will work.
Okay, the resistance is tough on it.
Yeah, and then put it overhead. See how hard you can get.
Okay. Oh, okay, this one is tough.
Shoulders are a much smaller muscle than
Yeah.
your biceps or legs, so you'd probably start on a lower resistance on this one.
Yeah, that's really good as well. And would you like try go 2-3 reps, 2-3 sets and into a failure as well on that?
Yeah, definitely. Try and
Okay.
get that progressive overload in, even though there's no like progressive overload once you've attached all of the things.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if you
yeah.
have.
Yeah. So we've done like 3 exercises, but I already feel like doing this at a high intensity, I would be sweating already.
Yeah,
I'll be
exactly.
like breathing hard. Yeah.
And then even if you wanted to mix in a couple of like calisthenics exercises,
Okay.
like you could do press ups, dips,
Okay.
tricep dips on a table,
Yeah.
something like that. Even like you could do calf raises on a wall,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Okay. So I'm guessing an ideal 5-10 minute workout would be like bicep curls and then leg presses, both of them to failure, and then shoulder presses.
Yeah.
2-3 sets as well to failure as well, and then maybe you can finish off with
A couple of press ups, maybe finish off with a press up set, see how many you can get.
Okay. And I think that would be, for most people, that would be really good. Like they would finish that sweating.
Yeah, exactly. They
puffing
get a
and
full
puffing.
body in,
Yeah.
see if they're sweating by the end, that's good.
Yeah. And it's all about.
And anything you're doing is better than doing nothing.
Yeah. That's true.
Because it gets you in the mindset, okay, let's do more.
Yeah.
So as long as you're doing something, it's better than doing nothing.
Yeah. Like, what's the saying? I'm coming up with all these sayings, but it's like a saying that says any workout is better than no workout.
Yeah, it's true. I believe it's true.
Yeah.
But it
So
has to
this
be an
one-
effective workout.
Yeah, true, for sure. Yeah, so we've walked through the minimum effective dose in terms of putting it in the form of a short form effective workout that can be applied to almost anyone. It can be adapted to your needs and things like that. You know, so if you're busy, you can still squeeze it in. Doesn't have to be in the morning. I guess it can be in the afternoon.
Could be in the evening when you get back from work, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy we got through that because I think that's what I meant about, you know, talking about actionable steps that people can actually do, people can actually implement into their lives. And I guess what I want to talk a bit more about is this problem I've been witnessing in people lately, where it's like there's this hump to start working out, and I don't know what it is. Like, do you have any insight into why that may be? Like, some people just, they say I'm gonna work out, but it's like they can't even get to the gym. You get what I mean? Like, what do you think might be causing that?
So I feel like I just come up with this in my head right now as you was thinking of this question. There's like a wall of consistency. So it's, okay, I want to go to that gym. I want to go, let's get a pump. Let's go get like a crazy session in. That's motivation. That's not consistency. The wall of consistency is when you get past the motivational stage and you just want to keep going and keep going and keep going. And that means you've broken through the wall. That wall is now consistency and you keep going. That's discipline. Consistency. That consistency is like, I know I've said it a lot in the last 5 seconds, but that's like the most important thing to me in the gym. As long as you keep going, even on the bad days, good days, medium days, as long as you keep going, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Wow, that's really, it's interesting when you put it in that way, the wall of consistency.
Yeah.
Because it's like, people see motivation as a good thing, but I guess in a way, it can be a barrier as well.
There's that wall in all aspects of life. That wall that you have to get past. The wall that is on the other side, there's progress. The other side, there's success.
Yeah.
So there's a very common saying that there's a wall in running. So if you're a cardio person or you do a lot of running or cycling, there's a wall you hit.
Yeah.
It will be the hardest part of the run. Not the first bit. The first bit's easy. You got started. 5-10 minutes in, you keep going.
Yeah.
And then let's say you're in like 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
You're starting to feel a bit slow. You're starting to be like, okay, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
How do I get home?
Yeah.
That's the wall. That's the wall. That's the way. That's the bit where you have to get past. You'll feel fine after you get past the wall, but it's so incredibly hard to get past that wall in a run.
Yeah.
You have to get past it to go through to the other side, or otherwise you'll just stop. So if you're mentally weaker or like your body's giving up on you, you have to get past that wall to get home.
Yeah.
So if I'm stuck on like so I have this running route, and if I run across the motorway, and if I get stuck halfway on the motorway, I'm like, okay, how am I going to get home from here? I've just run 25 minutes up to this motorway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk back. That's going to take me an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to get past that wall to get home.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's really powerful. And what would you say maybe are some tips that people can use to get past that wall?
So there's so for me, I do a lot of deep breathing. So I try and picture something that motivates me or something that will help me get past that wall.
Yeah.
So I'll usually take deep breaths, change the rhythm of my breathing. Okay, gotta get past this wall and you gotta get home. That's usually my motivation. Get home.
Okay.
Get home is the most important.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of breathing, do you have a specific? Because I've heard of different types of breathing, like box breathing, all the different types. Do you have a specific type of deep breathing, or do you just try to breathe as deep?
I'll usually do 3, 2, 1 in. Hold at the top. 2 seconds out. I'll do that 3, 4 times. That will clear my head. It'll be like, okay, what am I going to do next? I'm going to get past this wall. I'm going to keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
Clearing your head, making a free space for your brain to think. Super important.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. So we've got a few myths I want to get your thoughts on and how these myths can be damaging to the fitness community and how they may mislead people. So myth number 1 is no pain, no gain. What are your thoughts on that?
That's not true. Yeah, you have to know the limit of your body. So no pain, no gain. That's basically asking yourself to get injured. That's basically saying, okay, if I don't feel something tomorrow, it means I haven't made progress, which is not true. As long as you feel like you've done a good session, you're sweating or like your muscles are still full of blood, you've done a great session, as long as you feel it's accomplished, or like your coaches feel it's accomplished, or your personal trainers feel like you've accomplished it, then you'll probably make progress. But no pain, no gain, that is a very bad saying, I think. Because it encourages you to get injured.
Yeah. I hear that. So, seen as pain, basically what you're saying, pain isn't necessarily the best indicator of progress.
No, it's not the best. The best is what it says on the paper, or like for me, it's what it says on the map. When I'm fighting, the best indicator of if I'm making progress is if I'm winning. Or for someone else, if they're doing like a bodybuilding show, the best indicator is when they medal or they get a win.
Yeah.
Or if it's just for normal life, if it's for regular life, the best indicator is like your body's improving.
Yeah.
You're still getting faster, you're getting stronger, you're getting more cardio.
Yeah.
Whatever your goal is, you're losing weight. As long as that's still happening and you don't feel any pain during it, then you're probably doing the right thing.
Okay. And myth number 2 is that you need 3 hours in the gym to get real results.
No, that's not true as well. That's definitely not true.
Yeah.
Most people don't have 3 hours to spend in a gym. That's just like, that's probably time wasting. Like you don't have an efficient session during then.
Yeah.
You don't have an efficient, or like you don't have a well-built session if you're doing it in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Most of my sessions, hour and a half tops. Today I was in the gym for 45 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Did a quick chest day.
Yeah.
Because I was at a wedding today, so had to do it in between instead of. So we went to hotel. We woke up. Everyone was getting ready to leave the hotel, and I left a bit earlier to go to the gym. I brought my sister with me. She hopped on the treadmill.
Yeah.
She did 20 minutes,
Yeah.
as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And then I hit a quick chest session, 45 minutes. And it was still effective.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the longer durations as well is such an easy way to put people off the gym, because people who are trying to be consistent, they think they're supposed to crash out for 3 hours and then they feel dreadful the next day and it's like, oh, I'm never going to do this again. Yeah, yeah.
People who think, oh, I have to go for 3 hours every day, they'll be drained, they'll be mentally broken, they'll just be like, oh, I don't want to go today. That's 3 hours of my life again I have to do.
Yeah.
Instead of, they could have just gone for an hour, do an efficient, intense session, get the gains that they want, and then have 2 hours to eat protein and relax.
Yeah, true. And myth number 3 is that the more you sweat, the better your workout.
That's a good one. I like that one. But it's not like 100% true, but I would see like there's a truth to it.
Okay.
So once you start sweating as well, there's a lot of, it'll just basically keep running. As long as you'll keep moving. But I like that. I like that saying, because like sweat shows that you're working hard, basically.
Yeah.
Even for the brain and for yourself. It's like, okay, I'm doing something right. I'm moving. My body's sweating. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, I get that, definitely. I think in a lot of context as well. I think especially in the winter, like if you're really sweating in the winter when it's cold, like you know
you're working hard. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's a piece.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, and the last myth is that you can target fat loss from specific areas only.
No, there's lots of different ways to lose weight. So I feel like the most expensive way, and probably not the healthiest way. There's drugs you can take, but I don't suggest that for anyone. It's not the healthiest, not the greatest for you, and it's almost cheating, but it's not, because you paid for it, so it's fine.
Like the Ozempic and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then I feel like there's cardio, there's muscle building, there's muscle loss. You can lose muscle. There's kitchen diet. I feel like that's the most important one for me.
Yeah.
So for instance, if I'm on a weight cut for a judo competition, my week before and week after food will look very different. Even though, I'm still an athlete, I'll let loose a little bit. Have some freedom, not to get myself down, basically.
Yeah.
But nutrition, that's probably my number one to lose weight.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So those are a few myths I wanted to go over. I think
those are good myths.
Picked those. Yeah, I picked those because I feel like they relate to a lot of people and what people see on social media, or misconceptions that they have about fitness. Misconceptions that I think I had about fitness as well. When I started working out, I thought you had to work out maximally every single day.
No.
And
you burn yourself out.
Yeah, it didn't turn out good for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it did not turn out well for me at all. So we have got some confessionals, basically. These are from people who have submitted these confessionals, talking about their lifestyle, talking about the things that they go through and their goals and how it affects their approach to fitness. And I'm gonna read each of them. I'll read one and then I'll ask you for your thoughts on any suggestions you might have.
Yeah, definitely.
For them. And I think there are 3 in total. So I'm going to start. I'm gonna start with confessional 1. This is Daniel. He's 32 years old and he's a burnt out professional. So Daniel says, I work in tech, mostly remote, some days hybrid, and I'm honestly just tired all the time. I wake up, roll out of bed, straight into Zoom meetings, maybe skip breakfast, and then stare at a screen for 8+ hours.
Damn.
By the time I'm done with work, I either scroll my phone, binge a series on TV, or maybe order something in and just collapse on my bed. I know I should work out, but when really? I'm already drained. I tried the gym after work, but felt awkward and unmotivated. Too many people, too many mirrors. I've bought fitness apps, even tried doing Chloe Ting ones. I don't know what Chloe Ting is. But I never make it past day 3. It feels like there's no mental bandwidth left. I'm not overweight, but I've lost muscle. My posture is trash, and I just feel slow, sluggish, and I'm scared. I'm scared, man, that at 32, I'm already burning out my body before I've even lived properly.
Yeah.
But every time I think about starting, it feels too far gone. Like there's too much to fix. What would you suggest for someone like me?
I would definitely suggest start small. Nothing too crazy. Don't jump head first into a program or a diet or a routine. You'll burn yourself out too quickly, as you said. You'll last 3 days. That's not great. Start off small. Make little changes in your life. So if you was like, first of all, I would take a holiday. Take the time you have. Take the time you have and have a holiday.
It's a holiday, yeah.
Book a holiday, first of all. And then come back and do some effective recovery. Do some mental recovery. Do breathing. Do body recovery. Do like sauna or like have a chill day. Go to the spa. Have a massage.
Yeah.
First of all, that would like reset. You need a reset.
Yeah.
Then, starting, let's say Monday, you come back in, you've had your week off, on holiday, come back in, start Monday. On that Zoom meeting, have a drink next to you, stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Keep your body active while you're moving. Maybe get a walking desk, get a treadmill desk, or something that can like help you, get a standing desk even, that will help your posture. So, and then for like diet or maybe like exercise. So as I was saying earlier, you know those effective 30-minute home workouts or like maybe even like 20 minutes. Something to keep your mind active.
Yeah.
And then I would start smaller. Don't jump head first into heavy weights or like a long run. Start small. Go on the treadmill, do a walk for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I know that's boring. I know it's like not the most exciting thing to do.
Yeah.
But it will get you moving. It will get your blood flowing and you'll see improvements. Don't start big. That's my main thing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that a lot of the answers are in what he said as well. Like he's on his phone for 8+ hours. You know.
Exactly. So when he said he's scrolling after work.
Yeah.
Definitely, you have to stop doing that. If you've already spent, I know it's not 8 hours of screen time you would want. Maybe because it's work, but you have to then limit yourself a little bit. I feel like on the screen time that you would want afterwards. So if you want to like Netflix or you want to play games, limit yourself to maybe like 2 hours max after you've done an 8-hour day on. After that, so what is it like 9 to 5? 8-hour day. That's like after that, take a break at least a couple of hours off the phone, off the screen. So that would be the time you would go to work out or like have some good food, have something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Time to work out. So I would do 10-minute warm up, 5 minutes on the treadmill, quick little stretch. Get on your session straight away. Just put some music in. Get some nice music that you like that will help you motivate to try and train.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Then get on with your session. Just do 40 minutes, not even like so much less. You don't even need to do intense stuff. As long as you're moving and you're not jumping straight first into a hard plan. That's what you should do. Start slow. Start small.
Yeah. And I guess even if, like you said, you know, sometimes maybe with work you have to look at a screen. I guess maybe you can get like blue light glasses. Or,
yeah, exactly. Better for your eyesight.
Yeah, or something like that. There's probably always something you can do. And also, he mentioned using fitness apps. What were your opinions on fitness apps?
I feel like some are good, depending on what they do. So there's this one called MyFitnessPal. That one's been going around quite a lot lately. Where it tracks your calories, tracks your steps in the day.
Yeah.
And it's quite a good app. I feel like it's quite helpful. If it's I think it suggests diets as well, depending on it.
Okay.
They're probably not the greatest diets. They're probably just generic diets. But if you wanted to count your calories and count your steps, definitely a great app to use.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was some good advice for Daniel. We're gonna go on to the second confessional. All right, let's get back into it. So confessional number 2 is from Melissa. She's 39 years old. She's basically an overstressed, or you could say overstretched parent. So I'm gonna read it in a female voice. I'm a mom of 2. I'm joking. I'm a mom of 2. I love my kids, but wow, they've taken over my life. My day starts at 6:30 a.m. with making breakfast, school runs, packed lunches, emails for work. I'm working part-time, but it feels like full-time chaos. When they're at school, I try to cram in housework, errands, and my actual work. By 8 p.m., I'm wiped. I don't even have the energy to scroll Instagram anymore, let alone go for a run. My youngest still sneaks into our bed some nights. I've got lower back pain from carrying him around, and I can't remember the last time I did something just for me. I feel guilty even thinking about taking time to exercise. Like, am I really going to do yoga while there's laundry piled up and my daughter wants help with her homework? It feels selfish, but I also hate when I see in the mirror. I feel weak, out of breath. Just walking up the stairs sometimes I'm out of breath. I'm worried I'm setting the wrong example for my kids. What does realistic fitness look like for someone like me? I don't want six-pack abs. I just want to feel like myself again.
Damn, that's a hard situation.
Yeah.
But again, first thing in that one that popped out to me is feeling guilty. You should never ever feel guilty to take time for yourself. Taking time for yourself is so important. Like, you have to. How are you supposed to look after other people if you can't look after yourself? If you're out of breath walking up the stairs, if you can't do lifting up your own kid, if you can't do that stuff, how are you supposed to look after them at the level you want to if you're not even looking after yourself?
Yeah.
Self-love and then other people love. You have to have that order.
Yeah.
You have to try and figure out a way of making your brain feel like, okay, if this is for me, it's not actually for me, it's for the kids. You have to be like, oh, I'm going for a run. It's not for me, it's for the kids. It's to make myself able to do more stuff for them. Because in that situation, she probably feels very guilty even leaving them for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. She has to be around them all the time. She has to look after them, basically. But if one day she can't do that because her body gives out on her, she'll feel even worse. She'll feel terrible. So in that situation, I would definitely try and find time to 10 minutes, maybe try and like meditate, something like that. Maybe try and just have a nap. That's like, seriously, they're super, super relaxing. Have your feet elevated during this nap. Let the blood flow back to your brain. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Give yourself a daily reset. And then focus up again.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's interesting, and it's very authentic when she said, she just wants a realistic fitness routine. Like, she doesn't want six-pack abs or anything.
Yeah, that's very realistic from her, definitely.
Yeah. And also, I feel like all the stuff she's doing at home, it's quite hard to be doing housework.
Exactly, that's manual stress. That's like a lot of stress through the body.
Yeah.
Lifting the laundry, running up and down the stairs, carrying the kids to and from the car, or like, that's a workout in itself.
Yeah. So I'm guessing for Melissa, it's just about not feeling guilty, taking time for herself.
Definitely. Once she does that, it will sort out. Like, a lot of it will sort herself out. She'll find the time to do the extra 20 minutes here of a workout, the extra 5 minutes here to do a different load of laundry. She'll find the time by her brain allowing her to.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. So, the third and final confessional, this is from Ray. He's 25 years old and basically he can't stick to anything. So, Ray says, I'm honestly embarrassed saying this. I start, then I stop. That's the story of my life with fitness. I'm 25, not massively overweight or anything, but I just don't feel good. I've tried the gym, too boring. Tried running, hated it. Tried workout videos, got distracted. I'll go all in for like 2 weeks, then one off day turns into a week, then it's like I never started at all. I see people on Insta talking about discipline, 75 hard, waking up at 5 a.m., and it just makes me feel like trash. I'm not lazy, I just don't know how to care consistently. And honestly, I don't love myself right now. My confidence is low. I hate the way clothes fit. And even though I joke about it, I know deep down it's a problem. I don't want to spend hours in the gym or eat chicken and broccoli for the rest of my life. But I do want to feel better. I do want to look better and just to be proud of myself again. I'm asking for help, I guess. What's the first step for someone who just can't get out of their way?
I feel like in that situation, that's like a real test on yourself. Like you really have to push yourself to get what you want.
Yeah.
So I would like the advice that I've just given for the past two. I would put those together. Take a break. Take a relax. Go sort your brain out.
Yeah.
Find that self-love, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Find the way that you can make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Find that thing and then use it in the gym. Make yourself not feel as bad about yourself. Try and push yourself to go to the gym more. Even if you don't like it, try and find that motivation from that. Taking that relaxation,
Yeah.
bring that happiness, put it in the gym. Find a way to make that happiness what you want to be in your life.
Yeah.
So say you don't like running, you don't like the gym, you don't like home workout videos. Find that niche. You have to be really specific in that case then. Find like a sport you like doing.
Yeah.
Or like an activity, a hobby.
Yeah.
Try and find something that makes you happy or you like doing. So for example, I like judo.
Yeah.
I use that to put in my gym.
Yeah.
Okay, if I want to get better at this sport because I like this sport, I have to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Or like, if I just want to look better, or like, use that mental happiness and push yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's so true. Like what you said at the start as well about the self-love and things. You know, like I feel like it's so easy to compare. Like you're talking about seeing people on Insta doing different things. Like it's so
Exactly.
easy to
You really
compare.
don't compare yourself to these people. These people have been basically like crafted into the people that they are today.
Yeah.
They're not like, they're almost not real people. They're just like not humans. They are influencers. But they've worked for it. They work hard. They work super hard for it.
Yeah.
And that's why they're happy.
Yeah.
They found what they like doing. They like their niche.
Yeah.
And other people like their niche, so they've all followed them.
Yeah.
That's why influencers succeed.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I think one analogy I'm thinking about is like it's almost like actors and actresses. You know, you see on the movie looks nice. They're acting so well. You know, they're doing their scenes so well. But you know, it's a movie. At the end of the day, it's all crafted. It's all
Exactly.
scripted. Like there's music in the background, and they've been practicing those lines for hours and hours and months. So that what you see as the movie, that's not real life kind of
There's
thing,
always a
you know?
background. There's always the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
In every aspect of life.
Yeah.
You never know. You always take it for face value. But you never know what's going on behind closed doors on someone.
Yeah. That is so true. I'm happy we went through these three confessions.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Really good. And I hope this helps them if they're watching.
Yeah, definitely. I think I think the reason why these are so powerful as well is that they relate to a wide range of the population.
Exactly, those are super general
Mm-hmm.
and real problems that people have.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping people can take from these people's experiences and channel it into their lives and things. And as we're coming towards the final segment of the podcast, I want to talk a bit about your. I know we've touched on this a little bit, but I want to talk more in depth about what you've learned about the fitness industry since coming into it. Has it been a super positive experience? Like, what are some of the pros and the cons of the fitness industry?
Yeah, so the fitness industry is a great industry. It really is. It's so diverse. You'll never meet someone who's the same as someone else. That everyone's goals are slightly different, even if it's minor things. But you never meet anyone who's the same. And I really like the community that it brings. Because if you go to the gym, it's you wanting to improve in yourself, and people like that. People want people to improve. If you don't, you're a psycho. You have to want people to improve. Like, why would you just hate on everyone else? That means, again, self-love. You have to improve as well.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like the gym community and the fitness community brings. So obviously, like my gym, I work with different people, and everyone that I work with is super different. They all have their own niche. They all have their own thing that they like.
Yeah.
Which is super nice to see, and like everyone's just trying to improve on themselves.
Yeah. I love that so much, and I think that is so true about the fitness industry. I think it's one of those. I feel like the fitness industry is quite new as well, like in the sense.
Yeah, it's been a lot more recent.
Yeah.
Like in maybe the last 5-10 years, I feel like it's become a much bigger thing than it is.
Yeah.
So like 10 years ago, it was like the birth of the Sidemen and like the YouTuber industry.
Yeah.
And now that's slightly moving into the influencer fitness industry.
Yeah.
Which is super good, because I feel like instead of basic, like just having fun, they put that fun now into the gym. So it makes people want to improve, and it makes people want to go to the gym because that's fun, and we're improving on ourselves. Let's do that. Double the two for the price of one.
Yeah.
And now the fitness influencer industry, there's so many different people as well, and like they're all trying to find their own niche.
Yeah.
Like even myself, I'm still trying to find that thing that clicks with people to try and make them want to come to the gym more.
Yeah. I think that's so powerful. One thing I've realized as well, it's like as the industry is getting bigger, there's so many different branches of opportunities that are being created.
Exactly.
So now I'm seeing fitness influencers becoming models and actors and doing all these different things. Like there's some household names, and not just in bodybuilding, but obviously some of the household names like Larry Wheels and people like that. They have such massive followings, and people just enjoy watching them.
Exactly.
Because they provide entertaining and
they're being themselves as well.
Yeah,
they really are just being themselves, and they're in their environment. They like Larry Wheels, super strong guy. People love him for that.
Yeah.
But then when you meet the real him as well, everyone's like, oh, he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
And then it merges into both.
Yeah.
And then everyone likes the whole of Larry Wheels' character, persona, his whole channel, his environment.
Yeah.
And that's why people follow him.
Yeah. That is so true. Have you ever met like a popular fitness influencer or something, or celebrity?
Fitness influencer.
Or even just a celebrity?
Who have I met? Saw Big Nasty in the airport once.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a really good experience.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay. I think I met Akinfenwa.
That's super cool.
Yeah, when I was doing football training.
He's a wham. He's the whammest guy.
So big. Like he put his arm around me. I feel like he'll crush me, man. Like his whole arm like
super strong.
But yeah, he's a beast, man. He's crazy. But yeah, I wanted to mention as well something that just came to my mind. When you were talking about starting small, like doing little things. There's this book I read by Chris Mosty. I actually have the book here. Let me show you.
Yeah, go grab it.
I got it in here. So, this book, I read it maybe 1 or 2 years ago. not Chris Mosley, Michael Mosley. Actually, I think he recently passed away. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, it's just like what resonates so much with it. It's called Just One Thing, and basically, it's about starting from the tiniest, minute details. You know, just little things you can do. Like for example, he has eat some bacteria. Things like drink water. Another thing that stood out when I read the book was he said something that he did. Don't quote me, I might not get it exactly right, but he said like something like when he puts food in a microwave or puts water in a kettle, when the water or the food is going, he'll do some squats or some push-ups in between or something like that. So I think it's just little things like that, like you said, starting small. It could be any little thing. And I just wanted to mention that because it's little things like that build up that consistency.
Exactly, builds up the confidence, builds up the consistency.
Yeah.
So say for example he does the squats in the kitchen while he's cooking his food.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna, if he keeps doing that, he's gonna be like, oh, these squats are getting easier. Let's move it. Let's get some progressive overload in there. Add some weight.
Yeah.
So he'll start squatting with like bean cans or like soup cans in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then he'll keep going with that.
Yeah.
And then just improve on himself.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, no, that's a super good book.
This was when I read it, I really enjoyed it as well. But so talking about your social media influencing, do you wanna like shout out your page and things you're doing and tell the people?
So my page is PT Davies on Instagram. Trying to get out as many followers as I can. Trying to get out my posts as much as I can. I'm trying to find what people like, what everyone wants to see from me.
Yeah.
And if you got any suggestions, pop them in. I'll try and get those done in the gym or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do like gym challenges a lot recently. That's been like what I've been doing. Trying to get as many people involved in my videos as much as possible. And PT Davies on Instagram. And I've got a business card if you want it as well.
Oh yeah, you can definitely show me
Out
that.
here.
Yeah.
Let me grab that. There we go.
PT Davies.
Yep.
Let me see if I can zoom into that.
Yeah, zoom into that.
PT Davies. Check him out.
Drop me a call, message, email, Insta DM.
Yeah, actually, can I keep that?
Yeah, keep that. Put it on wherever you want.
Yeah, definitely. So we haven't like met before at the gym. I feel like we should definitely sometime later or soon like do some video or something like that. I feel like
we can get a session in. Yeah, wherever you want.
Yeah, definitely. And like we could even do like when this episode comes out, we could like do something following up on it, on like a 10-day challenge or whatever it is.
Yeah, we can do like a 10-minute video, quick home workout or like something like that.
Yeah, anything like that. I feel like that would be great to like follow up from.
Yeah, definitely.
Post. Yeah. But stay tuned for that, guys. You know, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said at the start, I wanted this episode to be more unique, more personable, more personalized to what people are actually going through and, you know, the problems in the real world and how to implement it into your lives. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Before we close up, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, just keep improving on yourselves, guys. Do whatever you can to get out there, get in the gym, go on a run. Do you. And if you want any help with that, get in touch. Follow this number. Follow whatever. Instagram. Just get at me. Try and get some help.
That was banging. Are you on TikTok as well? Or just
not yet. I'm trying to get it sorted out. I'm trying to get my TikTok sorted out.
Okay, nice.
It's not letting me add another account to my TikTok.
Coming up next on the Jerry Exclusive Podcast. Stay tuned and subscribe.
Yeah, but I know that, you know, the system is very entrenched, and sometimes to break out of the system, you gotta start by working with the system first.
Conformity.
Yeah, which is controversial. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that?
I hate it.
Power. Have you read 48 Rules of Power?
No.
There's a law that says.
Care to expand? What are you trying to get at?
Bro, can we talk about the thing that you said off pod?
What do you want to talk about?
Nah, we can do it off cam, but I want to hear.